I could see everyone's faces on here, but it's nice to see the ones that I can. I'm really happy to be here for my third Youth Celebrate Diversity conference in a virtual world this year. My name is Austin, and I will be guiding you through a gentle yoga and meditation practice to get us started for this amazing day we have ahead of us. If you don't have a yoga mat accessible, that's okay. You can grab a pillow or a blanket, a towel, anything that makes you feel good, or you can simply just sit on the floor as well. So I'll give you a minute or so to kind of gather your things, maybe grab some water, and we'll get started. My dog Miles might be joining us as well. He's over here in the corner snoring, so if you hear that. Okay, so yoga is about 4,000 years old. It's been around for a while, and the word yoga actually means to unite. So we are uniting our mind and our breath and our body and all of the things that interact with it. I know today the topic is taking off our mental shield. So we're going to see if we can unite some things to try to make that happen. For starters, go ahead and just make your way to a comfortable seat. This can look like a variety of different things. You can sit cross-legged on the floor like what I'm doing right now. You could sit on your knees, or you could even find a chair to sit in as well. And then wherever you are, go ahead and just wiggle around a little bit until you can really feel the bones beneath you, also known as your sit bones, SIT. If it feels right where you're at, you can close your eyes or just find something to gently rest your gaze on in front of you. Go ahead and soften your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. This will send a signal to your brain that it's okay to relax and your stress response can slow down. And then give your shoulders a big roll up toward your ears and down your back. Maybe a couple of times if it feels good, your shoulders are a little tight or tense. And then if you want to experiment with a little bit of energy, some people say if you turn your palms up toward the ceiling, this will give you a little bit more energy. And some people say if you turn your palms down, resting on your legs, your knees, this will help to slow things down. This is especially good if you've ever experienced any type of anxiety. From here, we're just going to take some big, deep, full breaths. So go ahead and empty all of the air out of your body with your next exhale. And when you're ready, we'll all take a big breath in through our nose together to fill up. And go ahead and let it out when you are ready. Let's do two more just like that. Big breath in through our nose. And let it out when you're ready. Last one. See if you can expand through your stomach, your torso, your ribs. Big breath in. And let it out. Nice work. Just by taking a few breaths at the start of our day or throughout our day can really help connect us to how we're feeling. So go ahead and drop your chin down toward your chest and pause here for a moment. Feel that length in the back of your spine and all of those maybe crinks and cracks that kind of come up as we sleep. We're just going to drag our chin over to one shoulder, creating some space in that opposite side of our neck, before dragging it back down to our chest over to the other side. Now stay with this movement back and forth. You might feel some cracks or some tension releasing. And then eventually go ahead and move your head in a full circle all the way around if it feels right in your body. Try to keep your tongue softened away from the roof of your mouth while you do this. And then maybe start to move your head in the opposite direction this time. nice work. From here, if your legs are crossed, try changing the crossing of your legs. So the opposite foot is now in front. This might feel a little bit awkward. It's kind of like brain yoga. But from here, we're going to inhale and reach our arms up overhead, taking up as much space as we can. It might help to turn your pinkies in toward each other. This will take some tension out of your shoulders. And then with another big inhale, go ahead and look up. And set your left hand down, lean to the left, stretch out the right side of your body. I like to rotate my wrist around when I'm here. Maybe that feels good to you too. Inhale, bring both arms back up. Exhale, set your right hand down, lean to the right, stretch out the left side of your body this time, maybe rotating that wrist. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, bend your elbows, lift your chest, and look up toward where your wall and your ceiling come together. Spread your fingers really wide. And then as you exhale, send your hands toward your screen, your phone, your computer, your iPad, and then tuck your chin in toward your chest and lean back. Same thing, we're going to inhale, reach our arms up, and go through all of that one more time a little bit faster. Exhale, your left hand down, lean to the left, stretch out the right side of your body. Inhale, bring it back up. And exhale to the opposite side, maybe rotating the wrist. Inhale, bring it back up. And then exhale, bring your hands toward your screen again. One last time, tuck your chin, lean back. And then go ahead and just gently set your hands back on your knees. I hope y'all are doing all right. And then from here, we're just gonna make some circles with our torso. So I like to take up lots of space when I do this, or maybe you just wanna make some small circles, and then you can start to go the other direction. So our spine moves in 6 directions. We've done 4 so far. We're about to do the other 2. And if you've ever felt like when you wake up in the morning that you feel kind of stiff or tense or tight, that might just be because you have a buildup of some fluid or some things in your spine. So it can be really beneficial to you and your energy in the morning to move your spine in all 6 directions. So let's play around with the other 2. Go ahead and reach your arms up toward the ceiling. Again, turning your pinkies in toward each other to soften your shoulders. And then as you exhale, go ahead and bring your right hand to your left knee, and your left arm is going to come behind you. Just take a gentle twist through your spine. Now, some weird anatomy for you. If you actually move your eyeballs all the way to the left or over that shoulder you're looking, just by moving your eyes, you move the very top part of your spine. So go ahead and soften your tongue again. Take a breath to get a little taller. And then exhale, maybe twist a little deeper. And then go ahead, inhale, reach the arms back up. And exhale, twist to the other side. Left hand comes to your right knee this time, right arm behind you, or whatever side you didn't do last time. Rotate your gaze all the way over that shoulder. Use your breath to make you taller. And your exhale to settle you slightly deeper. All right, and then go ahead and just return your spine back to neutral. I know that that twist is not nearly as good as having one hand on your desk and one hand on your chair and cracking your back in the classroom, but sometimes it can be slightly as good. All right, from here, we are going to go ahead and drop our hands down onto the ground, roll over onto our knees, and then we're going to curl our toes underneath of us. So this is called intense foot stretch. So my toes are curled underneath, and I'm going to sit my hips back on my heels. Some of you might already be like, what the heck? You might feel like your toes are going to rip off of your foot. I can assure you it's not going to happen, but it might feel like it. So you have this really big chunk of muscle in the bottom part of your foot here. If it ever feels too intense and like you're convinced your toes are gonna fall off, we can plant our hands down in front of us and tap our toes on the ground. We're gonna try to sit in for 3 big full breaths here with our toes curled underneath of us. You can totally do it. I'm doing it with you. While we're here in these 3 breaths, try to relax your tongue and your jaw. Soften your shoulders down your back and take one more big full breath in through your nose. Exhale to let it out. And then go ahead and plant your hands and we will all tap our feet on the ground. Some well-deserved relief from that pose. All right, from here, go ahead and spread your fingers really wide. So your pointer finger and thumb are pressing into the ground the most, and your thumb and pinky are as far apart from each other as you can get. Curl your toes under, and we're gonna lift our hips up and back into a downward facing dog shape. You can go ahead and stay in that shape. I'm gonna stay down here just so that I'm not talking to the floor. In your downward facing dog, try to relax your head. I like to shake mine out yes and no to loosen up my neck. You can bend into one knee one at a time, getting into the backs of your legs, your hamstrings. And then go ahead and look forward at all of your lovely fingers and your hands that do so much for you. And you're gonna walk your feet up toward your hands so that you're in this kind of forward fold shape. Now, a lot of people tell me, I can't do yoga because I can't touch my toes. Well, the good news is you don't have to touch your toes to do yoga. We're gonna bend our knees a lot and let our torso hang over our legs. Try to relax your head so the very top of your head's pointing down toward the ground. As you inhale, slide your hands up to your shins and lift up halfway so your body's making the number 7. Tuck your chin a little bit. And then as you exhale, release back down into your forward fold. Relax your head. One more time, just like that. Inhale up halfway, flat back. Exhale, release back down. From here, keep your right hand down, bend your right knee a little bit more than you think, and then reach your left arm up toward the ceiling, taking a little twist here. It might even feel good to swing your arm around in a circle. The next time your left fingertips reach down, go ahead and swap it out. So bend your left knee, plant your left hand down, reach your right arm up toward the ceiling. Maybe making that circular shape with your hand, your arm. That was my dog, sorry. And then go ahead and come back down into your forward fold and take a really nice slow roll all the way up your spine so that you come up to a standing position. Reach your arms up overhead, take up some space. Roll your wrists around a little bit. And then from here, go ahead and set your left hand down and just lean over to the left, stretching out the right side of your body. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, switch it up. Inhale, reach it up. And let's repeat that one more time, each direction. Lean to the left. Inhale brings you back up. Exhale brings you over one last time. Inhale up. And then this time we're going to bring our hands behind us, bow forward, come all the way back down into this forward fold shape. Pause here for a moment. Anytime your head is below your heart, like how it is right now, you're actually slowing down your nervous system and your stress response, which slows down your heart rate, your adrenaline, and any sweaty palms or armpit situation you might be experiencing. So go ahead and just pause here for a few more breaths. Make sure your knees are bent a lot. Your hands can just kind of dangle. And then inhale up halfway again. Exhale, release back down. And then we're gonna roll all the way up our spine one last time. Give your shoulders a big roll. And we're gonna test out our balance here for the day. So while we're standing here, go ahead and just check in with how your body is feeling. Check in with how you felt before you sat down to do some yoga and how you're feeling now. So from here, we're just gonna do some things with our legs. We're gonna keep our right foot down, but kind of have your right heel resting on your inner left ankle. Your hands can come to your hips, and you're just gonna slide your right foot up into your calf. If you get here and it feels very wobbly, then go ahead and set your foot back down so that the toes are still on the ground. It's pretty early on a Saturday, so don't worry if it feels wobbly. See how it feels though to find something in your space to look at that's not moving. And then you can play around with some self-expression here in this tree pose. You can keep your toes on the ground. You could slide your foot up to your calf. You might notice that your foot and your calf are a really good match for each other. Or you could go above your knee and bring your foot to your inner thigh. If you choose that one, then try to really press your leg into your foot and your foot back into your leg. If you've taken a couple falls out of tree pose, if your tree's kind of blowing in the wind, that's okay. That's all part of the process. Wherever you are, take one more big full breath in. Exhale, let it out. All right, go ahead and return both of your feet to a more neutral position on the ground. And whatever foot you were balancing on, go ahead and turn your toes over and give your foot a little bit of a stretch. Your toes might crack too, which can feel kind of good. All right, shake out your hands and let's try tree pose on the other side. Good or bad news for you, one side's always easier than the other. So go ahead and have your opposite heel on that inner ankle there. Find something to rest your gaze on that's not moving. Soften your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Eventually sliding your foot up your calf, maybe seeing how it feels on this side. Again, both sides of our body are not created equal, so it might feel a little bit different. Soften your shoulders. Maybe bring your foot above your knee. If you choose to do that, press your foot into your leg back into your foot. Wherever you are, it's all part of the process. Go ahead and take another big full breath in. And exhale, let it out. Bring both feet back down to the ground. Shake it out if it feels good. And then go ahead and reach your arms up overhead and come back down into that forward fold shape, the last one of your morning. Take what you need here. Soften your tongue and your jaw. Maybe take some big full breaths. And then bend your knees a lot so your fingertips can touch the floor. And then start to bend your knees and come into this little squat, tuck and curl position. Eventually coming all the way back down to your sit bones. And returning to a more comfortable seat. All right, from here, I'm gonna give you all a couple choices. So if it feels good, you can go ahead and make your way down onto your back. I'm gonna stay upright so that you can still hear my voice. If you would rather stay seated and you feel like you could stay in the seat for 5-ish minutes, then go ahead and do that. We're just going to play around with our breath and kind of experiment with the different ways that our respiratory system works for us every day. So whether you are on your seat or on your back, we're going to take our hands and place them below our belly button. And then start to see if when you breathe in, you can expand from that place in your body. Start to take some big, full breaths so that the lowest part of your stomach region expands. And this can actually be kind of challenging to do. A lot of us might breathe the opposite way, where when we take a breath in, our stomach kind of goes in, and when we breathe out, it expands. But let's try to do it the other way. If you've ever seen a puppy or a newborn baby breathing, you might notice that their belly gets really big when they breathe in, and then it starts to expand when they breathe out. So we'll try 3 more breaths just like this, expanding the lowest part of your body. And exhale, release. 2 more, big full breaths in. Let it out. Last one. Now go ahead and slide your hands up to your rib cage. You can do a couple options here. You can just kind of gently have your hands resting in that space. You could take it and kind of have your thumbs hook on to the back so you can still feel that area, or you can just give yourself some love here and cross your arms underneath of your chest. Whatever you choose, we're now going to see if we can send our breath into this space of our body, which again can feel kind of challenging because I'm a stranger and I'm telling you how to breathe. We take about 30,000 breaths a day, so I'm not here to tell you that you're doing it right or wrong. I'm just here to guide you a little bit. So try to see if you can expand from this place again as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, see if you can release some of that expansion that you built. If you pay really close attention, you might even start to notice that your ribs kind of lift and separate as you take those big full inhales. Take 1 more just like that, big breath in. And let it out. This time we will now bring our hands to our collarbone region. So whether you're seated or laying down, just kind of gently bring your fingertips here. You can even cross your arms over your chest so that your thumbs kind of rest more on your collarbone. Whatever feels right to you and your body. Your body, your choice always. And then from here, we're going to see if we can send our inhales now into this space, filling up the very uppermost part of our lungs as we breathe in. And as we breathe out, starting to deflate and make some space. 1 more big full breath in. And let it out. Nice work, everyone. Go ahead and find your favorite hand placement of the 3. So below your belly button, your ribs, or your collarbone, whichever one felt the most comfortable for you to have your hands there. And now we're going to see if we can put all of these breath placements together. And I want you to see if you can imagine a wave when you are doing this breath, and that will make more sense in a second. So go ahead and empty all of your air out with your next exhale. With your next inhale, go ahead and start that inhale at the very base of your stomach below your belly button, where we all started together not that long ago. Let that same inhale travel up into your rib cage and all the way up into your chest, your collarbone, the top part of your lungs. And then as you exhale, it's going to move out the opposite way it came in. So it's going to deflate through your lungs, your ribs, your lower belly. And we're going to try to stick with this breath a few more rounds. So inhaling through the lower part of your stomach, up into your ribs, all the way up into your chest. Exhale, letting it roll out the opposite way it came in. Imagining this wave of breath kind of flowing through your body. Go ahead and take 2 to 3 more rounds, depending on the speed of your breath. This is called 3-part breath or full yogic breath. This breath is really helpful if you have something really important to do in your day. It can also get rid of the hiccups. It's great for anxiety, and it can also help you sleep at night. Take one more breath wherever you are, even if you've already completed all 3. And then just start to return to a more natural breathing style for your body. And then from here, if you're not already laying down, go ahead and do so. Again, I'm going to stay upright just so you can continue to hear my voice clearly. While you lay down, take up lots of space in your whatever room you are in. Let your arms open up wide, turning your palms up toward the ceiling. Some people in the yoga world say that all of the good energy comes in through your armpits. So if you want to believe that, or if you want to take that with you today, go ahead. Try to let your legs be long and your toes just fall out to the side. Yoga is all about uniting our minds and our breaths, our thoughts, our emotions, and our physical body together so that we can create space in those places in our body so that the next time we step out into the world, we are a little bit more grounded and clear about who we are as individuals. The coolest part of yoga to me is that it's really always there for you, and you can show up to a yoga practice however you want to. Whatever mood you're in, whatever mental space you're in, the yoga will always be there for you. And it doesn't have to be this big, fancy handstands on a yoga mat. But if you want to do that, that's cool too. So in this space of you laying down on your back, go ahead and just absorb all that movement that your body just did, all that breath. Think about what it would be like for you for the rest of the day to take off the mental shield. And together as a group, all 127 of us on this call, go ahead and exhale all of your air at the end of your next breath. And then fill up with some fresh, brand new oxygen through your nose. And a long, nobody can hear you, open mouth, loud exhale, let it out through your mouth. And then just start to bring some really small movement into your body. Your fingers and toes are a good place to start. Maybe rolling your wrists and ankles around. And think about how you want to show up with the rest of your day today and all the exciting things that are about to happen. Go ahead and hug your knees in toward your chest and imagine your body smiling back at you. Go ahead and roll over onto one of the sides that's calling to you, and then just gently pressing yourself back up to a seat. Give your body and your mind a little bit of gratitude for showing up for you today through your movement and for all of the amazing people that you get to interact with throughout the rest of this conference. It has been such an honor to guide you on your practice today. Again, my name is Austin. Don't go anywhere because the conference is just getting started and you guys have lots of amazing things ahead of you. Thank you so much and have a great weekend, everyone.